In this video, I'll be showing you how to make the Flower Fun Tower Bracelet using the new Monster Tail loom. This is a design that I had come up with back in October on the regular rainbow loom, and it's based off of the Flower Fun charm that I also had made on the regular loom. But instead of making just one flower and taking it off, I just continue with that same pattern to make a bracelet. So you will need about 150 rubber bands to make this bracelet, and I've chosen 3 different shades of purple and then white. So I'm going to start with the lightest purple, this lavender color, and I will begin on the lower pin on the right hand side. I'm going to be working with these 6 pins in a rectangle shape. I'm not doing anything with the pins on the end. And this band is just going to go to the next pin above on the right hand side and twist. So we're always going to twist this bottom layer. And now from the center pin it's going up to the next pin and twisting. And then from the top right pin it's going to stretch across to the top left pin and again twist. And now I'm going to just work my way down the left hand side, so it's going to the pin below. And now again from the center pin it's coming back down and twisting. And then finally it's going to come straight across to the start here and twist. And then you want to push all of that down. And now for the second layer, I'm going to switch to the white bands. And once again, I'm going to start on the bottom right pin, but this time it's going to stretch diagonally up and to the left to the pin on the very top. It's going to be a long stretch, and there's no need to twist anymore. And now I'm going to move to the pin above, and this time it's going to stretch straight across to the middle pin on the left. And then finally, I'm going to place the last band is going to be a long stretch diagonally from the bottom left pin all the way to the top right. So that's what the second layer will look like. And from now on, I'm going to alternate in between these 2 patterns. But for right now that I have 2 layers on, I want the bottom layer to come off. So I'm going to go around to all 6 pins. I'll start on the bottom right here, and I want the bottom 2 bands to come off. So I'm going to grab them both at once and pull them over the top and into the middle. And now I will just work my way around. I'll go to the next pin above, get those bottom 2 and pull them into the middle. And again the bottom 2 from the top. And now switch to the other side, and again I'm taking both bands at once and pulling them over the top and into the middle. Just make sure that this upper band does not come off as you're pulling them over. And now you want to push this down. And they are going to be loose on there, and that's okay. And now I want to switch back to the pattern that I did for the first layer. I'm going to switch to this darker purple color. Going to start on the bottom right. I'm just going to that next pin up, and there's no need to twist anymore on these layers. And now from the middle I'm going to the next pin above that, and now I'm going straight across to the left, and I'm pushing all of this down as I put the bands on, and now I'm just going to work my way down. And now straight across to the start here. And now I want to remove the bottom layer once again. So this time it's all of the white bands. So I'm going to have 1 single band from all 6 pins. And again, as you're pulling this over the top, just make sure you're not pulling any of these upper bands off. And then push this down. And now I'm going to switch to the white layer, which again is going to be just 3 bands. I'm starting on the bottom right, stretching all the way to the top left, and then the next band will go straight across the middle, and then finally that last band will go diagonally from the bottom left all the way to the top right. And now once again I want to remove the bottom layer, so I'm going to push these down, and now I want the bottom two purple bands to come off, so I'm just grabbing them both at once and pulling them over the top and into the middle, and repeating for the other side, and push down. And now I'm switching to my darkest purple bands, and again I'm going to do that rectangle shape. So I'm starting on the bottom right and just going to the pin above, and I'm just going to work my way around. You can see that these bands are actually pretty loose on here. The monster tail pins are placed much closer together and they're smaller. So you can see when I'm stretching it across it's tighter, but the ones that are next to each other on the sides are closer together. So these particular bands I'm using are pretty loose. And now from here I'm going straight across and pushing down. And now I want this bottom layer to come off, so it's going to be the single white band from all 6 pins. And I just need to be really careful that I'm not pulling these purple bands off since they are very loose on here. And push down. So I'm just going to continue on in the same pattern. My next layer is going to be white, and it's going to be the 3 bands that cross each other. And then I will take the bottom layer off and switch back to purple. So I will fast forward here, and when the bracelet gets long enough, I will show you how to take it off of the loom. When you have your bracelet to the length that you'd like it and you're ready to take it off of the loom, you want to make sure that the last layer that you have placed on is the one with the 3 rubber bands that cross each other. So in this case mine is the white layer. And then what I'm going to do is start on the bottom right hand side. I'm going to take this rubber band off of the pin and move it diagonally up and to the left all the way to that top pin. And then the one in the center I'm going to take from the right and move straight across to the left. And then finally the one on the top right I'm going to move diagonally down to the bottom left. Just place that right on the top there. And now I have the 2 rubber bands on these 3 pins, so I want to take the bottom one and pull it over the top. And now what I want to do is get all 3 of these rubber bands on my hook. So I will pick up the first one, and I want to hold that on. I'll go down through the middle and get the second one. Again, holding this on, I'm going to pick up that 3rd band. Now I can pull this out. And I want these 3 rubber bands to go through the clip, so I have an S clip here. You can use whatever clip you have available, if you have a C clip or an S clip. I'm going to get all 3 of those bands to go through the one side. And then if you look on the other side here, you should have a flower pattern. And you might have to adjust the rubber bands a little bit. When you pull one, it makes another one go in as you're pulling one out. So you can just play around with it until you get it to look how you'd like it. And now if you want to leave it as a flower, you would just take the other end of your clip and you would hook it through bands underneath of the flower part. And if you did not want it to be a flower, what you could do is just gather up these loose bands on the end, use your hook, and just pull them through one another. And then you could hook the clip through some of these bands on the end. But I'm going to leave it as a flower because I like it like that. And so I'm just going to reach my hook underneath here and pick up some of these bands. And now I'm going to take my hook and get it through here. And then here is my bracelet with the flower on the end. And here are some other ones that I have made in the past. Here's one that was red, white, and blue. And this is the one I had made on the other video for the rainbow loom. So it's rainbow colors with yellow in the middle. And then here's another one that I made with pink and blue and white. And so that is the Flower Fun Tower Bracelet. I hope that everyone enjoyed this tutorial. You can always leave me comments on YouTube and Facebook, post pictures of your creations to my Facebook page, and please feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can stay up to date on all of my latest tutorials. You can also find me on Pinterest and Instagram, so please feel free to subscribe to those as well. Thanks for watching!